Welcome back, friends, to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of June 27th, 2021. I am Caleb Black, along with Luke the Big Dog Williams, and our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury, and we have been on a hiatus for the last couple of weeks. This week's format was intended to be a live watch-along of ECW's One Night Stand, but we've run into some technical difficulties. Actually, we just didn't know we had to do stuff in advance for it. We just thought we could click go, and apparently you can't. So, use this video to preface with next week will be the ECW One Night Stand watch-along, and a full episode this week has to be condensed because we spent so much time trying to figure out the technical crap. However, that being said, Luke, how's your Sunday?
My Sunday's great. Just when you thought it was safe to go back on YouTube, here we are again.
How about you, Max?
I'm doing good. It's been a long weekend, but we're here. We're back. Gonna have a good show.
We're back.
Yes,
The Dinosaur
back.
Story.
Back,
It's one of my
okay.
favorite movies.
I fucking love
Brain Grain.
John Goodman, man. Holy shit.
No,
Great
please.
movie.
Never been there.
Great.
All right, so our top story in the news this week, the WWE has again gone on a firing spree. This list, however, not as many surprising names as were last time, what with the Braun Strowmans and the Aleister Blacks of the world, but there are a couple that are sad to see go, if nothing else. Luke, lay it down for us.
Yes, sir. On the 25th of June, these names were released from the WWE.
All right.
Tony Nese.
Yep.
Aria Daivari.
Aria Daivari.
Aria Daivari, thank
Yep.
you. Everrise.
Yep.
Fandango.
Yep.
Tyler Breeze.
Yep.
August Gray.
Yep.
Both Bollywood boys. Arturo Ruiz.
Arturo Ruiz. Yep.
Ruiz, yes. Kurt Stallion.
Yep.
Marina Shafar.
Shafir.
Whatever. And Killian Dane, she's no longer around. She's no longer relevant. Killian Dane.
Killian Dane.
And the comedy writer, Kenise Mobley.
So it's interesting, obviously, to note that primary participants of that particular release segment make up most of 205 Live's roster, which I think currently, right now, there are only like 3 active competitors for 205 Live. Now, obviously, they could source that with up-and-coming talent and independent guys and what have you, or they could just scrap the brand altogether and consolidate with NXT totally. But it is a shame. Kurt Stallion went into the WWE with a lot of hype behind him,
Yes.
and we didn't even get a chance to see him get his feet off the ground.
Everrise was a up-and-coming tag team.
Not top-notch tag team talent. Tony Nese, while not exactly, a huge star, was definitely a solid hand and was one of the guys who's really been working his ass off on 205 Live.
Fandango and Tyler Breeze, probably one of the most recognizable tag teams, today. Workhorses.
Yeah. They've got like a combined 28 years in the business.
Yeah.
And that's just in WWE, which is such a shame.
Such a shame.
The thing that we talked about off camera is that it's interesting to me that they released the Singh brothers because they've been such tremendous ambassador positions during this WWE India expansion. But time must go on. Not everybody stays. It does suck to see Fandango and Tyler Breeze go.
It really does. They were a tag team that worked so well together, comedy angle especially.
Yeah.
And then when they did the more serious stuff in NXT here recently, both workhorses, both could carry singles matches, both do extraordinary as a tag team. For them to have not won one of the main roster championships, of course they won the NXT Tag Team Championships. Yeah. But during their main run as the Fashion Police is kind of a travesty, honestly. Yeah. They should have been tag team champions.
I'm also a little upset because I was promised a Dolph Ziggler-Tyler Breeze feud years ago, and we got teased with it a little bit, and then it never went anywhere. And that's just such a shame.
It really is, because they would have put on a clinic.
Yeah, it would have been like watching... I know this is a base comparison, but it would have been like watching Michaels and Jericho when they did it the first time.
Yeah.
At Mania 19 or whatever.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Such a shame to see them go. Marina Shafir, one of the 4 horsewomen of MMA, who came over along with Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and Jessamine Duke. Yep. So now it's just Baszler, the last woman standing of that particular group.
Well, I mean, technically Ronda's still under contract. Whether we ever see anything come from that or not. Yeah.
Actually, I think her contract is expired.
She signed a year extension back in February.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, again, with the pregnancy and everything like that, I wouldn't count your chickens on her ever stepping foot back in the ring.
So,
not in these ropes.
With that being said, there are some other rumors surrounding SummerSlam, the big event.
Yes.
The WWE has promised again that this is when they go live at SummerSlam, they're going live again forever. Hopefully, knock on wood. names being tossed around the ladder to bring in for SummerSlam. Obviously, the big two were John Cena and The Rock.
Yes.
Now there are rumors of also a possible Goldberg coming into the mix, and maybe some other surprises. John Cena seems to be the lock. I'm sorry, Brock Lesnar is also on the list. Yeah. It looks like John Cena and Brock are going to be the big ones they're pulling for SummerSlam.
Also pulling Edge in as a rumored match against Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Edge and Rollins is on the table. Lots of fun stuff. SummerSlam's shaping up to be quite the event.
If they just put all of the eggs in that basket when we go back live with these fans, and you get those big names that are going to draw those ticket sales, SummerSlam could be huge.
Well, Lesnar and Lashley will be great.
Yes.
Roman and Cena will be great. I would really enjoy it if Heyman manages Brock on Raw and then Roman, but only because if they're going to do Lashley and Lesnar, I want to hear MVP and Heyman.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I want the war words between the advocates and the managers.
It's also interesting to see around SummerSlam. There's been talk of a draft coming soon. It'll be interesting to see what talent fluctuates from NXT and NXT UK to the main roster with all these names being released.
Well, the rumor on the wire right now is that Big E is slated to go to Raw in the draft. Which
I'd be okay with that.
Bring a pseudo reuniting of the New Day.
Totally be okay with that.
Which would be awesome. But that's so far the only one that I've heard, the only one that I've seen floating around the interwebs. Obviously, we'll update you guys as that story continues. But really, the releases are the big news this week. Also, before we get any further.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have these things where I call things.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty good at it.
Sometimes.
Kofi Kingston is wrestling Bobby Lashley at Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Big E is in Money in the Bank.
Yes.
What would happen in a world where Big E wins the Money in the Bank, Kofi Kingston slays the Giant and Lashley, and Big E cashes in on Kofi Kingston?
I don't see it working that way. Only because...
But it could.
It could, but here's the thing. If it's going to be Kofi and Big E, I want to know about it in advance because that's what's going to get me to buy it. Now, the other side is that Lashley beats Kofi, and then Big E cashes in on Lashley.
Also would be pretty cool.
Which would tee up a nice little exchange between the New Day, maybe throwing Xavier in there
something
as well.
Fresh. Yeah.
And the WWE definitely needs something fresh right now.
Well, I mean, I thought as much as it was a one-sided thing that they did on Raw due to the Hell in the Cell controversy on SmackDown and Fox and USA being upset, Xavier Woods getting a WWE Championship match in a Hell in the Cell on Monday Night Raw was actually a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it was nice to see them doing something a little bit more creative. I'm optimistic that once we get live fans back in the arenas and there's some money flowing, hopefully we'll get away from some of the nonsensicalness that we've seen in the COVID era of the WWE because it's been really bad.
Yeah, it really has.
And I would just, if it makes them do the closest thing the WWE is going to get back to being wrestling, I'm fine with that.
Wrestling in 2020 gave me this gray beard and that white hair in the front of his head.
Yeah, literally took years off my life.
2020.
It's been horrible. So, guys, that is it for us and the news. Make sure to find us on Facebook at Facebook. Oh, nope. We've got one more thing. We at Pro Wrestling Throwdown want to send our condolences to beautiful Bobby Eaton and the passing of his wife, Donna.
Yes.
We heard about the news yesterday, and we are so exceptionally sorry to hear. We'll be doing a follow-up, maybe highlight some Bobby Eaton stuff in the next couple of weeks to illuminate the importance to him and this page, especially for me.
We're not going to do it this week because something like this would deserve a lot more thought and a lot more energy put into a well-done presentation. Yeah.
So either way, rest in peace, Donna. Our condolences to you, Bobby. We love you, and couldn't imagine what you're going through, but we love you. Pro Wrestling Throwdown family loves you. The wrestling world loves you, so hang in there. That being said, make sure to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave us a comment down below. What do you think about Lashley and Lesnar being a possible match, Roman and Cena? Let us know some of your conspiracy theories and what you'd like to see at SummerSlam as well. So stay tuned. We got more videos coming your way.